Welcome to Times News, stories from different times. Today we have a new special for you, North India. Now to our weather specialist Gavin.
Thank you, Ailey. Monsoon season is upon us, folks, so expect to see a lot of heavy rainfall and strong winds rolling in from the southwest, as per usual for the next few months. We expect to be getting around 400 and 500 millimeters of rainfall this season, with periodic flooding along the Ganges River and its tributaries likely to occur as a result. We also expect to be getting humid conditions as temperatures are expected to rise between 25 and 35 degrees Celsius. Now, as for strong winds, let's head to our expert meteorologist live on the scene. How are things like out there, Caitlin?
The sun is in my eyes and it is monsoon season in India. The low to the ground winds of wind speeds of 10 to 20 miles per hour. The monsoons turn to rainfall. It floods helping people with irrigation and farming techniques, which helped populate India to around 20 million people. I don't know.
Thank you, Caitlin. Now, keep in mind, folks, that the amount of rainfall may vary depending on your region, with northern regions expected to be getting a lot more rainfall, while southern regions are expected to be getting a lot less rainfall, especially compared to the eastern, western, and central regions of India. But no matter what region you live in, we advise that you keep a close eye on any approaching storms, as monsoons can start and stop at any moment. So please take any precautions when necessary before working on the field this season. Stay safe and stay dry out there, folks. I am Gavin Sawyer, and this has been your Times News 15 weather report. Back to you, Haley.
Thank you, Gavin, for that nice weather report, and thanks to you, Haley, our field specialist. Now to Caitlin with our empirical news.
The Guptas ruled into the mid-6th century when the Mughals later took over in the late 16th century.
Yeah.
King Harsha ruled from 606 to 648 current era. One of his biggest achievements was restoring unified rule in northern India. He was later assassinated. Before Islam took over India, Delhi was the capital in northern India. There was always battle in northern India due to local states fighting for power. In southern India, however, there was small or loose administrative control. There was little to no external conflict in southern India.
Thank you, Caitlin, for that report on the empirical news in North India. Now to the social elements report by me. Okay, so I don't have anybody to interview, so I'll just list off some of the social elements. So they had art, and they had literature, and they had paintings and sculptures of different people. They had architecture with buildings and monuments and such. See, in the technological inventions, they used iron and others to create new tools and such. So they had different clothing, and they had perfumes, and they had textiles, but they had really fine textiles that were made by Indian artisans. And they had dance, and dance was primarily used in really for rituals, and it was mainly used in religious rituals, but not super often. They had music, which was used during the rituals. So they ate rice, wheat, barley, and millet. They had different traditions and customs. And in terms of religion, Buddhism flowered, but Hinduism was also very popular during this time. Sailors had different traditions for traveling, actually. Of education, young boys studied in Hindu temples, and an example of cultural diffusion is was primarily through trade. Southwest Asia actually adopted Hinduism beliefs, and what they believed in, and yeah, they basically adopted that into their belief system. Thank you, me, for that great non-interview of all the social elements. Couldn't interview anyone because I have the flu, so I'm kind of quarantined, but yeah, I'm gonna talk about the economic. They traded in places like the Indian Ocean basin which was the main geographic location they were in, but they also used the Khyber Pass and the Indus Valley River to, trade and such. See, the main form of, getting stuff was trade. They didn't have coins like that. They didn't have paper money. But they did have was, the ability to trade, which they traded, they traded salt, they traded different herbs and spices. They were very sought after because, salt helped keep the meat, because they didn't have freezers or anything, or fridge to keep the meat dry. So salt was an herb that people... Around that time, they had a population of 53 million. No, that's quite a lot. In terms of resources, they had iron, they had copper. In terms of, economy and, agriculture, they had canals, dams, wells, tunnels that were, built to transport water. They had, they were lined with stone and brick, but they traded with places like the Kola Kingdom, if I'm saying that right. Merchants actually met up with cargoes at 3 separate locations. I can't remember the names because they were weird. See, they had an impact on a place called Funan, and the impact... Thank you, Ree, for that showcase of the economic system in North India. But that seems to be the end of the Times news stories from different times. North India special. This probably won't be 10 minutes, but I tried my